Michelle. Up here on this stage, I think I've got some witnesses. So fellas, if you don't mind, why don't you tell them how you feel? You ought to be left. 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 Now you see, we're not the only ones who can talk about it. Soprano, you ought to be left. You tell them.
All right. One time. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad that you are here. I'm glad that you are present and available for this launch and this grand event. Can't keep it to myself. No, sir, no, ma'am. No way, no how. Definitely, we are in a space where if we keep this to ourselves, we are of men most selfish. All right. I'm not here to preach, but I'm definitely here to share some good news. All right. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for your time. And I guarantee you that it is not going to be a waste, but it's going to be most beneficial. All right. So definitely want to say big ups to all the big honchos that we have on this call. We're talking about Nicholas Bagwandi. We're talking about Salim Mohammed. And of course, we're talking about Sia and Lazar. And definitely all our guests, business partners, team members, and visitors. Truly, we appreciate your presence. So, of course, if you don't know, let me introduce myself. Sheldon Shirley is the name. And I want to let you know that I am honored to have this privilege to share with you this evening about the Cash Forex group. All right. So before I get into it all, I just want to say that this journey is definitely not something that I could keep to myself. This journey is something that's definitely worth sharing so that others can come along. This business literally, my friends, meets you where you are and takes you where you need to be. I wonder if you hear me. I said that this business will meet you where you are and take you to where you need to be. Now, how can I keep something like that to myself? Nah, I'd be selfish, right? This journey has started with one decision. I made a decision after I would have heard the facts and after I would have observed the existing members and their results and observing how they operate. My choice was easy. It was an easy one because I have always believed in making preparations for being better. I've always been that person. I believe that it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have it than for an opportunity to come and you can't grab it. So I definitely appreciated when I came in contact with this business. Now, I wanted to let you know that I had some funds tucked away. You know, every month religiously, I put a certain amount of money into a certain institution because I understand that when you're working hard, one of the first thing you need to do is to pay yourself. All right. And that's some knowledge that I want to share with you because I definitely don't want to keep it to myself. So when this opportunity came along and I recognized its value, and I said, you know what? This is something that is worth my involvement. So I did one time and I called up my financial advisor and I said, hey, buddy, you know what? I'm going to need some money. I'm going to need some money. I got something to do. So hook me up. So the real kicker is this. That money that I've been saving up for 6 long years and requested to purchase my contract, I couldn't get what I wanted. I heard that, you know what, COVID this and COVID that, and, you know, so I can't get what I want. I was disappointed, but I said, you know what, give me what I can. Give me what you can, and I'll work with it. So I wanted to start this business with $1,000 contract. Never happens. All right, I scale it down, and I got enough to start with 5. But here's the thing, my friends. Within 4 months, I tripled what I started with. And I said, whoa, something are going on here, man. Something really are going on here. This is definitely something that I need to put some more energy into. Mind you, you know, I was already putting energy into this thing because I saw its value from good morning. I had people lined up even before I signed up. That's how it was. So when I heard it, I was like, you got to be kidding me. That can't read. Nothing no go so. And I say, you know what? I say, yo, Bridget, put some money aside. Me soon come tell you what. Because, you know, I don't know too much about the business. So I can't really share it. You know, so I say, yo, I have something to come. And me tell you how it go. So my plan was as soon as I got in and know more information, and I share it with them. And that's what I've been doing. But when I saw how it was working, I said, you know what? I am going to really dig in. Because when you see value, you can't hesitate. You cannot hesitate. And that is something that I want you to understand this evening. If you see value, don't hesitate. Jump in and get what you need to get done right away. Understand me? You can't waste opportunities. That's one of the reasons why we remain poor. What is being poor? Well, when you continue to pass over opportunities repeatedly. And I don't want you to pass this one over. So today I had a conversation with one of the persons I would have signed up. Just starting college, I spoke with them and I said, hey, let me tell you something. Be a part of this opportunity. And I'm telling you, by the time you leave college, you are already a millionaire. And guess what? When you leave, you can do what you actually want to do rather than do something that you have to do. Right? That's my mission and goal. I'm here to transform lives. That's my passion. Understand me? And this opportunity is one of the best vehicles that I have seen to transform lives. And that's why I'm driving it like a madman, but safely. All right. I'm driving it safely. All right. So the person said to me, boy, it feels so wrong to be making this money. Every week I see this money coming and not doing anything. But you see, my friends, mindset is a hell of a thing. She felt bad about making money because all her life she's been told that you have to work hard for money. But I told her that, look, it's not always about working harder. It's about working smarter. So definitely, she got the gist and said, you know what, thank you for introducing me to this opportunity. And definitely, that is something I want to do with you this evening. So I'm going to just give you an abbreviated version of our presentation this evening. And then, you know, if you want to know more, because I know you're going to know more, just reach out to me or reach out to the person who would have invited you on this call so that we can help you to understand better. So without any further ado, I want to just let this opportunity come to your hearing because we definitely don't want to keep it to ourselves. All right. So first and foremost, we have an event coming up called "'Tis the Season to Go Cashless." I want all of you to also be on that because we're giving away Bitcoins. We're giving away free contracts. All right. We're giving away information that can put you in a position to make you a better person, to make your family better families, and to make your future a brighter future. So don't miss it. The 12 at the 12, 'tis the season to go cashless. As I like to say, not go broke, go cashless. We're talking about going digital, my friends. All right. So please make that a date and don't be late. So let's talk about the Cashfx group. One of the things I love about this company is that they have core values. We're talking about transparency, honesty, and respect for all members. And it is something that we love because anything that you're going in, it involves trust. If you can't trust the people you're doing business with, then you're not going to do good business. The Cashfx group is trustworthy, my friends. I get on monthly calls and we talk about all the challenges, we talk about the solutions, and we're talking about the way forward. And not often you get to talk to the CEOs and managers of companies as a regular man down at the bottom of the hill, right? But this company offers that, and I can appreciate that. And of course, the reason they do all of that is because they want to put us in a position so that we can be successful in the Forex space, right? And we're talking about a legit company here. We're talking about a registered company. So you don't have to worry about any shady dealings. None of that. We're talking about a legit global company with over 330 plus thousand members worldwide, right? They have found a way to put the digital asset, Bitcoin, join with the lucrative space of the Forex market. And what they have done is they have created magic, all right? It is like magic. And you're going to see why I say that. Because sometimes when I present these things to people, they say, no, man, it sounds too good to be true. Nah, I'm telling you, it sounds good because it is true, my friends. So we definitely want to know how we can be a part of this company. Well, to be a part of this company, we have 15 contracts that can be purchased. And we have broken them down in 3 categories. First of which we call the elemental plans. Now, the elemental plans go from 300 all the way to 3,000. You also get the opportunity to learn. These elemental plans come with an academy product. So you can not only have the professionals trade for you, but they also teach you to do this if this is something you desire, right? The other category is the advanced plans. And this goes from 5,000 all the way to 20,000. Now you're learning more advanced stuff. And when you're finished with this level, you go towards the Supreme plan, which goes from 30,000 all the way to 100,000, which is our highest contract. So you purchase any one of these and then you start earning. So let me tell you how you're going to earn as I break down these contracts for you, right? So let's use the $1,000 contract as an example. Are we talking about bear capital? Bear capital is simply passive participation. You purchase a contract and then the traders start trading for you. As a matter of fact, 70% of your contract purchase, which is $700 of the $1,000, goes into a regulated broker. All right, listen to me. I used the word registered earlier. Now I'm using the word regulated. All right, so the financial institutions have to pass whatever companies want to deal in any form of financial instrument. So your money is insured in this broker. So peradventure, anything should happen, 70% comes back to you, right? So the good thing about this is that although $700 is being traded, the promise of the company, the contractual agreement is to take your contract purchase 2 times. That is 2x or 200%, or in this case, $2,000. So that's what it is. So bull capital, boom, purchase a contract, easy peasy, rock back, you make some money every week like clockwork. I'm looking forward to tomorrow because every Saturday is payday. All right. So let's talk about the other side. So if this is a little bit too slow for you and you want to be a little bit more aggressive and you want to go faster, then let me introduce you to bull capital. Bull capital is when you refer people to the company. All right. So as persons come in, then you qualify for what we call bonuses. But before we get to the bonus, the 30% also covers your academic product. All right. What that means is that you purchase a contract and they teach you to learn to trade whilst the professionals trade for you. It's a win-win situation. All right. It doesn't get any better than that. And trading is a skill that is very good to learn. But here what? If you just want to make the pros trade for you, then that's good, because guess what? You suffer no loss. You suffer no loss. Okay, so you can just get in your demos and keep practicing until you get better. So you might want to take some risks for yourself. And this now, from this, 50% of this goes to the person who would have brought you in the company as fast start bonus. The other 50% is a uni-level bonus, and that goes to the other persons above the one who would have brought you in. So this side is also taken to 200%, caps at 2x, and take you to $2,000. So with this one opportunity, you have a chance to get 400% in returns, $4,000. Cool? Sounds like good stuff. Yeah. So let's look at some options. If you go to Bear Capital and you allow your contract to go to $2,000, what are your options? There are 2 options in this scenario. One, you can withdraw your money. 20% fee comes out. Nothing to be alarmed about, right? So what happens here is that you're now left with $1,600. That's $1,600 now. You get back your $1,000. You get $600 in profit. You can go about your business. You're not tied to the company for life. You can walk away whenever you feel like. So that's good. Good business, yeah? I agree. The second option is you do the same thing. You withdraw your money, that 20% comes out. And then after that, now you repurchase your $1,000 contract, and then you pocket $600 and you keep that wheel spinning again. That's good stuff. All right. As Salem likes to remind us, sometimes people like to do that because they've been burned in the past and I want to make sure that, hey, it won't happen again. So let me at least get back some of my money. So people do that. So if that's your cup of tea, then fine, you can go ahead and do that. We have no problem with that. The third option, because yes, there is a third option. And this option allows you now to benefit from what we call compounding interest. What is compounding interest? That is putting your interest on top of your interest on top of your interest so that you can earn faster. All right. So let me just quickly show you what that looks like and what we call our roadmap to $100,000. All right. So this is our roadmap to $100,000. And of course, we like to remind people that we're looking at a 5% estimate returns per week. And with that now, we can calculate how soon we can get to a 100,000 contract if we continue to see this type of returns. So what happens again, you purchase, what you see here is that you can start at 300 and you can make your way all the way to the 100,000, right? So what you have here is that you're having maximum output from your minimum input, right? So that's the power of compounding. So as we can see here, if you start with a 300 contract, all right, and the $210 is traded for you, which is going to be the 70%. What happens is that in 24 weeks or 6 months time at $10.50 in returns per week, you have $250 in your balance and you can now upgrade, right? So the power of compounding can be seen. The higher you go in contract size, look at your returns. So instead of getting $10, you're now getting 17. Instead of getting 17, you're getting 35 as you go through the various contracts, all right? And I like to say, you know, if we get to the 500, we might want to renew that so that we don't have any other hiccups as we go up the road. But those options are available, and you can also, you know, talk to us afterwards and we explain the various options that are available to you. But know that when you start with a 300 contract, you can definitely get to the $100,000 contract anywhere between 5 to 7 years, depending on how you treat your contract. All right. So the timestamps are there. So you can see the progression as you go along. And the higher you go, the less of the time because you're making more. So you'll get to your goal faster. All right. So you see, if you start anywhere in the middle, then definitely it's a quick one. All right. So let's keep that in mind. So with all that being said, as I said, you know, this is an abbreviated version of the presentation. And of course, we have weekly calls. I do private calls, one-on-ones. So you can hop on those and get more information. All right. So one of the things that I definitely have to share with you is what we call consistency, the numbers, because the numbers, my friends, is what allows us to see what's really going on. So let's check some numbers. In last week, our returns, 5.06. Now you can look at that for yourself. Look at the contracts, look at what you're getting. This is passive business we're talking about here, people. There's no way you're going to put $300 in the bank and you're going to get $10 in a week's time. Ain't no way that won't happen. If it's happening for you, well, you need to let me know about it so I can get on board with that, because I'm letting you know about this so you can get on board with this. Well, it might look small, but when we go over to the month, in the month of October, our returns were 21.12%, right? So you see, it might look small, but it adds up. And just look at the contract sizes, my friends, and you can see what's really going on. All right, let's check some more numbers. 2021 so far, 219.81%. Look at those months from January to October, everything over 20%. And the year when everything was just going to shambles, look what Cashfx was doing, 329.54% in returns. Come on. Come on. Talk to me. Good business, yeah? Of course. That's why we can't keep it to ourselves. That's why we can't keep it to ourselves. So definitely check this. I want you to understand what it looks like when you are able to first renew your $100,000 contract, right? So once you get to that $100,000 contract and you're able to renew it, watch what happens. In a 15-month period, you get to $200,000. Now I'm going to use some Jamaican figures here, right? So with that, your 20% is $40,000 comes out. Don't be alarmed. Look at this. Boom. You're left with $160,000. All right. So with that now, with the mindset that we have to create wealth, what we're going to do is going to re-inject some of that money so we can keep the wheel spinning. So we repurchase our $100,000 contract. Cool. Yes. Then we have 60,000 remaining in our balance. When we work that out at a 150 rate, we have 9 million Jamaican dollars. Cool. Now, what happens is that within that 15-month period, until you get to 200,000 to do this all over again, you have roughly $600,000 a month to wrap back and ease yourself with. That's good maths. And all you would have done was make a good decision. We start with the smallest contract. We're talking about passive returns here. Starting with the smallest contract is about 57,000 Jamaican dollars. And you make that decision, and all you're doing is boom, hitting upgrade. Within 5 to 7 years, my friends, you're a multi-millionaire. Now, how could I keep that to myself? So why do I share this all the time? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Because, my friends, I don't want to be selfish. I know you work hard for your money. So I need your money to work hard for you. You understand what I say? Of course you understand what I'm saying. You're big and you have sense. Yeah? So watch me now, man. I'm going to stop talking now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to allow these gentlemen to share their experiences with you. Three powerhouses in the business. One of them just recently became an executive. And he's the one who would have assisted me in getting started in the company. Though I was introduced to this by Michael Brown, you know, you'll get to meet him soon. All right. But for now, I just want to open up the floor for my skipper. That's what I call him, Nicholas Bagwandine. Go ahead and take it away, my brother.
All right, all right. Good night, everyone. Blessings to each and every one of you. You all heard it there from yours truly, Sheldon Shirley. And he did an amazing job explaining everything, not keeping it to himself, sharing the information to you. And he didn't lie one bit. He shared the truth. And I just want to add to what it is he said. He said in the early, he identified the value. I remembered the first three-way call that I did with him. He mentioned Michael Brown. So Michael Brown was the person that I introduced to the business. Michael Brown shared the business with Sheldon Shirley. And we had this three-way call, a video call. And I saw Mr. Sheldon Shirley. I think it was probably with that same glasses on. And he had his notepad and his pen. And he was just taking his notes. Okay. And he started crunching the numbers. It wasn't probably a week later that he got started. And so he was very serious. He identified the value. And so if it is you take the time to identify the value that is being shared to you, you wouldn't want to keep it to yourself also. All right. So my name is Nicholas Bagwandine. I'm so excited to be a part of Mr. Sheldon Shirley's launch. I know he told me that we'll have to kind of slow down the pace a little bit so that the Jamaicans could understand the tongue. All right. But nevertheless, with this business, just as Sheldon Shirley was driven and identified value, it has paid had his head on, sorry. I was totally opposite. I was a person that I used to settle. I don't know if it is you all could relate to me. Anyone outside there could relate to me. I just used to settle. At one point in time, you know what I told my wife? I said, well, what are we really doing? Time is just passing and times are getting harder. And what are we doing to put ourselves in a position where it is we could be comfortable? And as I started to make different moves, fill in my mind, because that's where it started, of course, fill in my mind with different motivational videos, preparing myself. There's no wonder they have this thing called the law of attraction. It wasn't long after that I was introduced to this business. And it was May the 12th, 2020, that I was introduced to this business, about 8:30. I remember the time well. And so after that 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks in the month of May, I just stood in front of YouTube and I looked at the presentation over and over and over again. I was still a little bit skeptical in the beginning, but once I heard the information, I understood the information, I started sharing this thing and I didn't even know what exactly. I didn't know how it is. When it is I saw my wife got on board and I got this thing called a fast start bonus, I say, definitely, I can't keep this to myself. All right, so here it is. I was able, you heard Sheldon starting with a 500 contract, tripling that in 4 months. Here am I starting with a 300 contract and just multiplying that. Let's just leave it like that. All right. And so here it is. This business could do the very same thing for you, whether you want to share it or not. You are going to make some money. So we decide to share it. It's our social obligation because we understand the value and how this business is transforming our lives, my family's lives. This was the very intention, first of all, to just put my family in a better position. But now when I see this thing is so much greater, I realized that I need to share it. I had that social obligation, that social responsibility. And so I was introduced to Mr. Salih Mohammed. Mr. Salih Mohammed didn't even introduce me to the business, but our interaction, I just calling him saying, hey, I gotta sign up. He was assisting me to get those persons start up and so on. And I call him Mr. Salim, hey, I have a 300. Hey, I have a 500 sign up. Hey, I have a 300 sign up. And he didn't know who I was. I didn't know who he was. And after a period, he realized, hey, this man is probably serious. Let me take him under my wing. And I'm so grateful for that because a year plus later, now we have a good relationship. We're business partners, not just friends, but business partners and friends as well in this space. And we're able to be like-minded. We're able to do much more than business. All right. And so here it is. This business will align you in a certain space with a particular mindset, with a particular people to help you get out of your comfort zone, to help you get out of the struggle, to get out of the more month than money. All right, definitely do that for you. And because of that, I'm eternally grateful for this man that I'm about to bring on to the call here, Mr. Salim Mohammed. Take it away, bro.
Yeah, nice man. So guys, good night, good night, good night. I simply I'm blown away with this business every time I talk, and I'm invited to talk at these sort of events because well, let me just start over. Good night to all the invited guests. Good night, Mr. Nicholas. Good night, Mr. Sheldon Shirley, and for all the reputable speakers that are here tonight. Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So guys, short of notice, I had no idea that I would have colleagues now, business partners in Jamaica and Grenada and Barbados, and that was the furthest thing away from my mind from anything else. You know, my mission a couple years ago would have been, not even a couple years ago, about a year ago, would have been to be a good worker, you know, reach to work on time, you know, do my assessments, yeah, and try to keep my job. Not knowing that things like these, business of the 21st century exists. Yeah, so I am very happy to see Mr. Sheldon Shirley taking this mantle to share this business because trust me, guys, I am no longer employed. I have not been employed for the past 14 to 15 months, and it's simply amazing. Yeah, I guess everybody want to say that, but that feeling is, yeah, my gosh, you know, it is something that I wish for everyone.
Yes, sir.
You know, so like when my good friend who's going to talk after, he always says once your passive income supersedes your bills, you're financially free, right? So we have been financially free quite a while now, and I mean we walked away from good jobs, good paying jobs that, you know, afforded you to live a good lifestyle. But what is more important than freedom? Yeah. Now, if you like what you do, no problem, you know. But if you do what you do to make a living, just because to make a living, well, then you're not really living. Yeah, you're trying to make a living. So been in the space 2 years now, been pushing this business out of that probably a year and a half. You know, obviously I'd have let this business do the testing period because I've been involved in trading since 2016, and I have tried a few other platforms that was involved in the Forex industry, and it didn't really work out, right? So I would have known what to check for based on the errors that I made before. Didn't pursue this career of network marketing as a profession at all. With this company, you have no choice. You see Sheldon's slogan, you really cannot keep this to yourself. No way, no way. There's no way possible for you. You have to be very selfish to get something like this and keep this to yourself. Trust me. You know, we'd have been able to make back our money 100 times over. And, you know, so we talk about this business with full confidence. Yeah, full confidence. We have no regrets. Tomorrow, it makes it 98 times, 98 Saturdays. I would have been getting money from this company. 98, not 9, you know, not 8, you know, not 19, you know, 98 times. Every single Saturday since I've joined on the 11th of November, 2019, they have delivered, right? So you're not here by chance, you are here by purpose. Please get back to the person who would have invited you onto this call, and all the information given to you thus far by Mr. Sheldon Shirley and Mr. Nicholas Bagwandi is on point. It is accurate. The business is not no get rich quick thing, yeah, but it's how you want to treat it. Two ways. Treat it like a savings plan. If you want to make money, you're making money one time. It's as simple as that, right? I am forever grateful for this business because we were able to give away something like 30 contracts every single Friday. Yeah, for about 6 months straight. And thankfully for that, we now know people like Mr. Sheldon Shirley. We now know people all over the world. Yeah, because Mr. Sheldon Shirley, the person, Mr. Michael Brown, is Michael Brown, right? Would have won a contract in one of our giveaways. And look at that. This is what that developed. Simple thing as a 300 USD giveaway turned into friendship and camaraderie, and it's continued to grow, and it will only continue to grow because we are in a like-minded space and we are not doing nothing to jeopardize any relationships or anything like that. Simple stuff, easy, headache free. Keywords, headache free, right? So I hope my little contribution here reached you warmly, and you can help make yourself make a decision. One thing I learned tonight, I did not know the Jamaican conversion rate. It's right? So every day is a learning process. Yeah, that's crazy, right? So yeah, it's a lot of well, I don't know. I guess the exchange rate is probably the same. It probably seemed like a lot, but I guess you get the same amount of value from the money, right? So the conversion rate is crazy. So guys, no further ado, I'm going to put you on to the guy that we have been friends for the past 17, 18 years now. We have worked together at the same company for the last 16 years. And I mean, we were always looking for this. When we got this opportunity, well, he hit the ground running one time. I would have, kind of check it out a little bit. Still have my little doubts based on previous experiences, and was able to lift off. Then I came out of the employment world, and he definitely came out of the employment world as well, because that makes no sense unless you love what you do. Yeah, if you love what you do, no problem, continue doing what you do. If you don't love what you're doing, do what you love to do, and this company can afford you to do that, right? So guys, Mr. Sion Lazar, the stage is yours, sir. Well, let me just see his co-host. I make him co-host the you hear him? Sion, you can hear us?
Yeah, you're loud and clear. I can't put on the camera.
All right. You try it now. Try it now. All right, good to go.
That's that night, everyone. Mr. Shirley's awesome presentation. People, Jamaica. You all are in great hands. Mr. Shirley is our monster in this Cashfx group business. So let me be polite here, Mr. Nicholas Bagwandi, Mr. Executive, sir. Pleasant night to you as well, and Mr. Salim Mohammed, and to all the leaders on the call, and to all the guests. Thank you for taking the time out and coming out here this evening. Well, my name is Sion Lazar, as Salim would have mentioned. Salim and I worked together for 17 years in the oil and gas industry. We no longer work there. This is what we do, right? We come out in an evening with Pastor Shirley and Pastor Bagwandin. I'm going to do my little pastor thing here too in a bit. And we come out and share the good news. We found a pot of gold, and guess what? We can't keep it to ourselves. So we're here to share the information that would change your life dependent on if you decide to use it that way. So I have a question. Opportunity cost. Anyone has an idea what opportunity cost is? Well, I am not a person to ask questions and wait for the answer. Here's the answer to that. I found out about Cashfx Group November of 2019. I got involved. Had I not gotten involved, I would not have made the money and I would not be in the position that I am in today. That is opportunity cost. The money that I would have earned, the position that I'm in, I would not be there right now. That's the cost of not taking advantage of opportunities. So you're here tonight. Are you going to suffer from this thing called opportunity cost? Are you going to make it work for you, or are you going to make it work against you? I just want to leave that there. Mr. Shirley told you about something that he can't keep to himself. You know what? When Mr. Shirley did the mathematics for Cashfx Group, he realized, no brainer, I need to get myself involved in that. When he then realized the network marketing or the business building side of it, he said, oh my gosh. Now the thing about it is this, it's optional to do the business building part of it. But when people realize what that is, they can't help but share. You can't keep it to yourself. And I mean, the title for this launch today is an awesome title. That is exactly what I did. That's how Salim is involved in this. As soon as I realized what this was, I said, Salim, I think we found something that is working, brother. And today, people, I mean, you may not feel the energy from me, but I'm telling you, it's a real awesome place to be in where you're not tied to that 9 to 5. We work in the industry, we know about working overtime, basically giving up more of your time, more time that you could have been spending with your family and your friends to the job to get this thing called fiat currency. I mentioned fiat currency because, as Mr. Shirley would have mentioned, we get paid in this thing called Bitcoin. Forgive the voice. I know Sir Shirley real touchy about the voice and the hands and thing, right? But the point is this, people, we are being paid in a currency that is actually valuable. I witnessed Bitcoin leave 3,000 USD. That's when I got familiar with Bitcoin, and hit 69,000 USD a couple of weeks ago. That's what I witnessed. This thing called fiat currency, I no longer want to be working for that, giving up my time and energy and intellectual property for that. I separated myself from that, and I'm in a space now where I'm paid with a currency that has value. It's appreciating. We call it digital gold. It's an asset. It has value, it appreciates in value. Fiat currency, I mean, people, you understand how they print this thing whenever they feel, and Mr. Shirley did a launch about that already. So people, this space is more than just coming and earning financial benefits. It's about education as well. You need to understand that we are in this new normal, and that we're in this thing called e-commerce now. Everyone will have to have this thing called a cryptocurrency wallet. Everyone would eventually say, hey, that Cashfx Group thing is paying Bitcoin, because guess what, people? If you say no today, you will eventually have to say yes tomorrow, or yes next month, or yes next year, because you would have to have a source of income coming in from a digital stream. And Cashfx Group does that for you passively. So, I mean, people, it's a no-brainer. Everyone on this call right now, once you have ears to hear and eyes to see, you're going to get yourself involved in this. I guarantee you that. Because as Mr. Shirley said, everybody big and they have sense. COVID-19 came and shake up the place. It cares about no one. Wherever you think it came from, that's up to you. My point is this, it caused discomfort. I always believe that behind every dark cloud is a silver lining. Cashfx Group, Mr. Sheldon Shirley, Jamaica, Mr. Nicholas Bagwandin, Mr. Salim Mohammed. We are here to share that silver lining. Yes, it has assisted us in the midst of a global crisis. People witnessed for the year 2020, Mr. Salim could attest, I wasn't sure what would happen. This COVID-19 just caused a whole melee. In your job, you're thinking you're going to lose your job. And then I'm involved in Cashfx and saying this thing is going to crash. Cashfx Group cannot withstand COVID-19. That's what I'm telling myself in the earlies. And I was able to reach the end of 2020 and look at that percentage, 329.5% return. I'm like, oh my God, this is not possible. So that is why I feel secure here, because I've seen the numbers. Men lie, women lie, but numbers never lie. So when it comes to validation, my good friend and business partner, yes, I was privileged to meet one of the guys that pioneered this Cashfx Group thing in Trinidad, and he has 10,000 strong in the Caribbean. He said to me, Sion, I'm going to Panama City to make sure this is real. I said, why? He said, no. He said, because a lot of people are saying that they have companies that do exactly what Cashfx Group is doing. But I need to make sure before we start to share this, because I know we can't keep it to ourselves, right? Before we share this, we need to make sure it's real. So he went, Panama, Hard Rock Hotel he stayed, called me from there. He took his selfies to show me, hey, I'm here. He took his selfies with the CEO, the traders, the Mega Trade Center. You know, so for me, sharing this business afterwards was a no-brainer. It wasn't hard for me because I know, hey, it's actually real. So that's why Mr. Sheldon Shirley put this together here today. That's why he invited you to come out here tonight. And I'm also glad that you took the time out and came here. Once you take the information that you're hearing here and do something with it, your life is going to change. You determine the level of success you want to achieve with this, because as Sheldon would have identified, you can get a little, additional income per month, or you can achieve financial freedom. The choice is yours. So that's my contribution for this evening, gentlemen. Pastor Shirley, Pastor Bagwandine, not Pastor Salim, Mr. Salim. You all enjoy the rest of your night, and to all the guests, thank you again for coming out tonight. Take care, everyone.
All right. You heard the man himself. Thank you, Mr. Lazar. Thank you, Mr. Mohammed. Thank you, Mr. Bagwandine. And thank you to all leaders on the call. And thank you to our guests. You are all valued and most valuable persons right now. We are definitely appreciative of your time, and the information is presented. I saw a few hands going up. All right. Now this forum is not a question and answer forum, but the fact that I see hands going up, I know you have questions. You know the good thing about that? Well, now you have the opportunity to reach out to the person who invited you on this call. If that is me, that's good. I have my book ready. I have my pen ready. All right. I'll be sitting here for the next 2 hours, hopefully, trying to answer your queries, because guess what? I want to get you started. And I'm glad that I didn't keep this to myself. I'm glad you were here to receive this information. So have yourself a blessed night and big up on yourself. Yeah. Peace out.